Introduction. A journey. Back to my Creator. There was a time when my life felt perfect, or at least, that's what I thought. I was the kind of girl who loved to laugh, who never took life too seriously. Every day felt like an adventure, and I was too busy enjoying it to stop and think about anything deeper. I believed in Allah, of course, but I never really felt the need to turn to Him. Prayer, it was something I did occasionally, mostly when I was told to. I thought I had everything I needed: good friends, a bright future, and a heart that was light and carefree. But life has a way of teaching us lessons in ways we never expect. Slowly, I started noticing things slipping away. My grades, which were once a source of pride, began to drop. No matter how much I tried, I couldn't focus like before. My once effortless success started requiring more effort, and yet I felt myself falling behind. But I ignored it. I convinced myself that everything was fine, until I fell in love. And then, everything changed. It took heartbreak for me to truly feel the presence of Allah. I learned that sometimes Allah takes something away to bring us back to Him. Perhaps you dislike something, and it is good for you. And perhaps you love something, and it is bad for you. Allah knows, while you do not know. Quran 2:2-16. At my lowest, when I felt completely alone, I turned to Allah. And in that moment, I realized something I never had before. Allah was always there. He was just waiting for me to return. And when my servants ask you about me, indeed I am near. I respond to the supplicant when he calls upon me. Quran 2:186. This book is my story, but it is also yours. If you have ever felt lost, hurt, or distant from Allah, I pray that my journey helps you find comfort in His mercy. Chapter 1. A carefree life. The joy of living without worries. Life was simple. It was full of laughter, light-hearted moments, and an effortless joy that came from living without burdens. Every day felt like a new adventure, whether it was spending time with friends, chasing dreams without fear, or simply basking in the warmth of youthful freedom. I was the kind of girl who never overthought things. I lived in the moment, embracing happiness without questioning it. My world revolved around friendships, fun, and dreams of the future. There was no sense of urgency, no deep introspection, just a life flowing smoothly, like a river untouched by storms. Distant from faith, religion wasn't something I rejected, it just wasn't a priority. I believed in Allah, but my connection with Him was distant. Prayers were something I would do when reminded. Fasting was an annual routine. And the Quran was something I heard recited at home, but never truly pondered. Faith existed in the background of my life, like a song playing softly in another room, familiar, yet distant. The world seemed so full, so complete on its own. Why did I need to seek anything more? I had love, laughter, and dreams. That was enough, or so I thought. The gradual shift in my studies. I had always been a bright student, excelling in school without much effort. But as time passed, I began to slip. Distractions became more appealing than discipline. I told myself that I would get back on track eventually, that there was always more time. But slowly, I was becoming an average student, and my motivation was fading. At first, I brushed it off. It's just a phase, I thought. I'll fix it later. But the more I drifted, the harder it became to regain focus. It was as if my life was running on autopilot. I was moving, but I had no real direction. blind to the bigger picture. In those days, I didn't realize that everything in life has a purpose. That when we drift too far from Allah, life starts losing its clarity. My mind was occupied with worldly desires, my heart chasing temporary happiness. I had no idea that soon, life would take a turn that would shatter everything I thought I knew. I was about to learn, in the hardest way possible, that happiness without faith is like a candle without a flame. It may look whole from the outside, but it cannot truly shine. Subscribe for Part 2. Comment for whole ebook. I'll provide you for free